What's up, Lotus fans? Ad Lightness here. I'm not a big unboxing video guy, but we've got a very cool new product that I wanted to share with you. I think we all know the challenge for Lotus owners, which is the awful Cobra key fob that we've had to suffer with for years and years. They all kind of suffer the same problem, which is sooner or later the rubber part fails. I ended up drilling mine out. It seemed like the easiest way to kind of keep things together, but it's always kind of driven me crazy. You know, we have an amazing car, and yet we have this kind of terrible experience when we first interact with the car. I have made a couple of attempts to find a better solution for this. I think all of you will know that there are some great suppliers from the aftermarket who have come up with different solutions for Lotus keys to kind of solve this problem. I've tried them, haven't really loved the solution. I even went so far as to make an attempt to kind of come up with my own solution for this. You know, I've ordered a bunch of keys off of eBay, this style, thinking I could maybe integrate the Cobra fob into it. And size-wise, it actually probably could have worked. You can see here the interior of the key, but I really struggled to find the correct key blank that actually worked with our key. I tried the same again with Flipkey, which was kind of my ideal solution. But again, the same issue I had was with the blanks. We're always kind of the reverse of what we need for the Lotus. But I think, again, this idea of like this switchblade style key was what I really wanted. I wanted something that could slip into my pocket really easily, integrated the fob, and just felt a little more premium than the experience that we have with the original keys. Thankfully, somebody has kind of taken on this challenge. Luke Daughtry started a new company called Reshelled, really kind of solving the challenge that I've been dealing with all this time, or at least looking for a solution for. So I thought I'd do like the sort of the full unboxing with you guys, so you can have the same experience that I do opening this up for the first time. I think this is kind of the first batch of these keys that have gone out. So I think, you know, it's an exciting time for all of us. There you can see the packaging certainly looks pretty slick there. I do have some carbon elements in my car, so I ordered the additional carbon fiber backing plate on it. He has a number of different options on his site. I think there's like an anodized black aluminum and some other finishes that are available for all of us there to match your car, kind of tailor the solution. So I think you can kind of see, just like, first off, very similar to the sort of idea that I had with the switchblade key here in terms of its configuration, but again, designed to accept the Cobra fob. I think this is a slide out on here. I'm going to be outwitted. Oh no, there is witnessing me being outwitted by some tape. Just detail on the back here just says what's included in the packaging here. Microfiber bag, extra key blanks, the two different styles, assembly instructions, and standard is the stainless backer plates here. So opening it up, kind of see everything in here. Let me put it this way so you can kind of see it. And there's the key. Yeah, it's got a great kind of heft to it, just right off the bat. That feels great. The spring is kind of as you would hope for with a product like this. I know he does have some other options available, like this element can be done in carbon, the key ring or key loop, and you can also order the key itself in, I guess, an anodized black finish. I just tried to keep that aspect of it pretty simple, as I said, other than the kind of backing plate here. So I think it says somewhere on here that the standard back is a stainless, not anodized. One thing that Luke mentioned after a concern that I expressed was that he actually, this is a new mold, and he's tested it with his own car. Obviously, I haven't had a chance to do that yet, but I will, because I did notice with some of the other aftermarket keys that the reception wasn't as great, and in terms of the distance from the car where the system would deactivate. So he's designed the shell so it's thin enough that the radio signals will actually get through the shell. I'm going to just open up the rest of this here, but thus far that feels great. So the other things that you're going to see inside the box here, I mean, it's just really professionally done all around. I think what we saw, microfiber case. There's a screwdriver in here. Yeah, so there's the microfiber case. Inside, we've got the screwdriver, so we can take the case apart and change the backing plate, and also get the fob in there. Yeah, perfect. So you can see the extra blank there. Obviously, one's still in the fob itself, and you have the choice of doing kind of the classic Lotus logo or the black on silver version of that. So let's just see here. Why don't we just go ahead and undo this? I think you can even order black screws for this if you're so inclined, if you're kind of obsessing over that level of detail. I mean, I think that's a great option to have. I wasn't sort of as fussed about that kind of detail, but I think it's really cool that he's offered such a, you know, really kind of a thorough and customizable solution. These screws are held in here pretty well. Somebody we might have to pause to prove that I'm smart enough to work a screwdriver. There we are. So what I might do is just kind of rock this with the standard backing plate for a while, and then maybe switch out to the carbon one later on. But I want to kind of take this apart and the classic Cobra fob, just so you can kind of see how it all goes together here. This video is probably going to be far longer than I planned for a key reveal. There we are. Let that one out. It's nice. You can see the depth of that screw there. It's obviously going all the way through really to the front side of the case, kind of locking it all together. So it does feel really solid in your hand. I think that is just to kind of reinforce that sense of quality. Yeah, seems, again, having tried some of the other keys on the market, it does feel really nice in your the hand. Okay, there we are. You weren't seeing me outwitted by 3 screws. So you do have to be aware that you've got the spring in there that keeps the key, like allows the switchblade function to work there. Yeah, but it looks like you just position the fob inside here, so that should work pretty well. I think you can see where the Cobra fob goes into. If I remember correctly, these things the Cobra fobs, I've got one here. I think they just pry apart. It's been a while, guys, since I had to open one of these up. Yeah, there were. You can just pry them apart. See that? Just got my screwdriver in there, prying it apart. part, because all you're trying to do is just get that transmitter out of there. I mean, anybody who's changed the battery in one of these at some point along the way, or, you know, ordered replacements or whatever, will have gone through this. There we go. So there's your Mac there. You know, I didn't even peek the instructions on this yet, so maybe I should before I pop this in, but I'm kind of assuming it's going to be pretty straightforward. There's probably somebody watching this freaking out thinking I'm going to damage the fob itself here. Hopefully not. Yeah, there's these little, yeah, just when you're lifting it out, there's these little pins on either side you kind of have to deal with. I did forget about that. Get all that out of the way. Yeah, so it looks, oh yeah, so he's using pins just to locate the transmitter, just like we have on the original one. So yeah, it's just a total drop in. I mean, it's clearly been designed to accept the Cobra fob, which is, it's great. It's fantastic. I might have to, I don't know if I'm going to have to do anything else to just get this spring aligned, but let me just see if this is as easy as it looks. Apparently not for me. Yeah, I think I just have to kind of wind that spring in place. Yeah, it looks like it. So you'll see there's a little kind of pin on the side of the spring and a spot where it lines up right there. So I think I just have to, when I put it on, have to just make sure that I do get a little tension in the spring so that the switchblade action does actually work. So I'm just going to twist this around a couple of times here, and hopefully that is sufficient for the switchblade function to work. Let's just test that. All right, I'm gonna pause for a sec just while I figure this bit out. And we are back. So yeah, it just, as I was describing, you do need to just get a little tension into the spring, and it's a counterclockwise motion if you're holding the key or the fob in this orientation. I had to rotate this upper, like the backing element, counterclockwise to get some tension. I did it 3 times, and that feels more than sufficient. I bet if I'd taken 1 second to read the manual, that would have been clear. So yeah, we've got the Elise plate. I have an Elise, so we're just gonna keep that on for now. As I said, I've got the carbon one here, but maybe I'll switch that out a little later on. I'm just gonna test with this one and see what happens. So should be it, I think, right? Like, gonna get these screws back in here, and I'll show it all finished up, and I'll just make a video showing how it works with my car. Crazy thing, we did just get a whole boatload of snow where I'm located, so my car should be in storage already, but it's not. So hopefully we do get another clear day before I can actually drive it to the storage location and actually get the key cut as well. So yeah, I'm gonna wrap this up here for now and show you the rest later on. Thanks.
A few moments later.
Yeah, it's just some final commentary on the reshelled fob now that you can see. it's a huge improvement over the standard Cobra and Lotus key that the car originally came from. I'm happy I can retire those. You can see here that I've got the carbon backing plate on here now. Great trigger action on the key, just kind of as you would expect. And I have tested it with the car just to see what the range was like. So why don't I cut to that video now so you can see it. And we're back. So you can, you saw range was great from a couple of different distances away from the car. One thing to flag here would be that I was able to get the key cut locally. It was pretty straightforward. Although the first place that I went to, just the kind of design of their cutting machine caused some interference with this kind of switchblade style key. I'd had it completely removed from the shell, but still this metal part here was interfering with their machine. I went to a second hardware store and they were able to do it just fine, and the key works fantastic in the car, as you saw from the video. And just going back to my the original part of this video, I did mention some details that were likely obvious once you read the instructions, and sure enough, I did take a second look at that, specifically the number of times you're intended to wind the key to create that tension in the spring for the switchblade effect to work. It's obviously obvious once you look at the instructions, but it is definitely worth taking a quick look at that. My eagerness got the best of me in the original video and I didn't even look at it. But again, I think Luke's done a great job here with this product. So for what it's worth, it's got my endorsement for the Lotus community. Thanks. Bye-bye.